Hey, this is Tim, Heavy Metal Off-Road. We are here with Jim Ross at Three Sons Manufacturing in Hayden, Idaho. We have a Ballistic Fab shave kit for the Sterling and the Super Duty 60 axle that we're going to go ahead and mill off on their horizontal mill. So we'll walk you through it. So the first thing the instructions call for is just to clean out all the bracketry, clean up the axles and everything. You don't want anything in the way. So we've got everything taken off, just spraying on some dye. And we're going to start to scribe for the procedure and mill it down to what we need. So we're going to go ahead and use the cover. I'm going to scribe along the top side. Well, in this case, actually the bottom side of the cover. Put the screws in, we get our awl and scribe it. Make sure you use the flat edge of the cover and not dragging against the bead. We will now remove the cover. We're going to set the axle on the mill and go from there. So we're going to grab our weld plate and we're going to scribe underneath it the thickness of this plate. And that's the thickness of the welding plate where it's going to be. So we have this handy jig here on a tilting table. So per the instructions, you want to tilt the pinion 6 degrees up, and depending on your orientation, we got the mill or chop saw or vertical horizontal mill. Just remember that the pinion always points up in a practical application, so you've got to sit 6 degrees from the mill. We've already jigged this up so that it drops right onto some pins. We don't care what the diameter of the axle tube is. It's all straightened out by the holes in the plate. Now we're going to double check everything. Ready to finish setting up the machine. Here we go. We got the Sterling axle on the mill. Set up. Ready to rock and roll. Oh yeah, it's gnarly.
My goal was, once we do cut that to finish, I want to mill this whole face at 3 inches 25 off the tube. And then I can say for this rear end, that 0 is 0, and I can touch my tool, bring it out, put a feeler gauge in there, lock my 0 and back off.
Yep.
And then cut up my 0 again.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to do the first cut. Here we go. And the camera's off about 6 degrees. And the chips start flying. Quick change your gears, huh?
Yeah, quick
That's
change
nice.
gear. So now we're going to be doing it at 20 inches a minute feed rate, 800 RPM, and a 50 thou depth of cut.
Okay. All right, so we are cutting the cast according to these instructions right here. We're just taking our time and doing it right.
Now, to be clear, the Dana 60 needs to be machined at a tangent line of 3.025. The Sterling is like it's 3.014.
Okay, so we took the axle off, and we're going to do a quick check before we go through the thickness of the weld-on plate. What are we checking for, Jim?
Right here to make sure we're flush with our first layout line. Now we're going to take another 1/2 inch off of this surface for our weld plate.
And you're right, so the weld plate is a 1/2 inch plate, and you measured it to be
495 thick.
495, okay.
We have plenty of room in our holes, a little air. We're going to get it, another 1/2 inch to go.
Okay. All right, we're getting really close now. What are we checking, Jim?
I got 49 thousandths to come off, and I'll be at our 0 datum.
Awesome. All right, after machining checks. Okay, what are we doing?
We're going to start bolts down here on the bottom that we can lock the plate into place, because we have clearance between the bolt and the hole.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is bring these bolts in, and we're going to, by using this bolt, looking here, we can see how much clearance we have in our hole.
Yeah.
So if you'll gently grab that, hold it up to where you're right about center line.
Yeah.
Mine look good. Yours is in the middle. We're just going for elevation now. We'll have some lefty righty movement there
Right.
in a second. But now we'll see if this other plate locates now.
Okay.
Which I don't think it's these bolts. I think it's those, but
These ones here?
I think so.
Okay.
Nice and clean. This should come up, and our bolts should line up.
Okay, so this is where the long bolts come in.
Okay, there you go. Long bolt.
Especially because we're going to be using
Another plate over it. Yeah.
this. Yeah.
We'll just check the fitment right here. We have a nice fit. Bolt clearances look really well. Bolts line up nice and even in the hole. We have a little forgiveness in all directions.
Perfect.
We're rock solid here. Nice and flat. Good joint.
Yeah, there's good, plenty of
The angle looks
area
really good.
to weld on all the way around. Nice machined, clean metal. Down here, I'll probably hit it with the sander really good. Expose some of that fresh raw metal. And then, yeah, everything else is going to weld up really nice.
This seam right here looks really nice, our angle.
Mm-hmm.
For our gasket material in there.
All right, so to finish this axle up, we're going to go in and we're going to deburr everything. I'll clean that up at the shop and prep this for welding. But otherwise, that is what it looks like when you machine it. Well, I'd like to thank Jim and Three Sons Manufacturing for machining my axles. I'm actually going to go pick up the Super Duty 60 next week. And I'm super excited. I mean, they took off so much meat and it's done so cleanly that I know this is going to be probably the strongest axle of Mountain Mafia. Anyway, Give them a call today. Give me a call. I'll refer you to them. They have great pricing on machining these axles. Very affordable, very reasonable, and we'll catch you later.